Hello, 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 everybody. How you doing? It is October 12th, 2020, and I'm so glad that a few of you have come in live. I'm gonna wait for a few minutes just to make sure that this thing is working. Technology is bugging out, and we all know why. We're going to talk about that thing. Mercury retrograde is happening. So if you are here live with me, please say what's up or what's going on so I can make sure that I can read the folks that are in the chat. I like to connect with folks. So here I am, here I is. My name is Sonia Marie, by the way, for all those. Okay, Malika, I'm so glad. Thank you for saying hello. Hi. It's working, Yay. Ann Wiseman is here. Carol is here. Lisa is here. What's up, Juan? Lee is here. What's up, Lee? Carmasita is here. What's up, Chris? Lovely Davis and Jay Walker. Lisa is here. Hey, it's a party now. All right. I was a little concerned for a minute. What's up, Cressida? And hello. I can't really pronounce your name. Justnique. I kind of messed up on that. Justin Neck. Y'all know me with freaking names. I can't believe. Nisi. Okay, we just gonna go Nisi. That's all. I appreciate that. Because I love saying hello to the folks, but I mean, when you got all these crazy, fancy names, I'm only teasing, but you know, it's all good. Hey, listen, this ain't gonna be too long. Hi, Kay. Hi, Lolita Cooper. Only because y'all know what's coming down the pike, and I feel like I am reiterating a lot of information, but I do so just in case we got some new family members rolling on in who don't know nothing about Sonia Marie, or maybe they don't know anything about astrology. So I do, repeat everything every now and again, not unless, hi Jua, not unless some new information pops up. But in any case, we have been gearing up for this moment for weeks. As we already know, Mars is in retrograde and will be until November 13th. But Mercury is joining the party tomorrow, y'all. Hi, Bridget. Yeah. So Mercury will be in retrograde tomorrow, Tuesday, October 13th. It begins at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 9:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:05 p.m. for those on the west side of things. Yeah, it's in Scorpio. It is in Scorpio. Hi, Yari. I'm glad you caught me live. What's up, Tenjin? Oh, my God. We've been feeling Mercury retrograde. I'm sure you have. Who's that? Ann that said that? Yep, I'm sure you have, Ann, because you're a sensitive being. A lot of us have been. It's been a little wacky, and I'll be quite honest with you, I am totally doing myself a favor by taking my time, slowing down, purposely walking slower, driving slower, talking to people slower, giving folks the benefit of the doubt, because it's possible they didn't hear me properly. So I'm waiting for a lot of people to come on in here because I have a special announcement for the village folks. And the retreat people. And if you are not in our little group session, it's okay. Maybe you'll get the announcements later on. But the village people, I squirreled out for a minute. And the retreat folks have a special announcement today. So y'all be on deck. It bugs me out when people walk behind me because I think that they are spirits. And they're not. I be singing shit like, hey, who's that? Hi, Yaya, how are you? What's up? So here's the deal. All right. I'll announce a little bit more later on. But here's the deal about this week, right? Because I want y'all to keep in mind, for those that know astrology or who are budding astrology students, whenever you have a situation, right, a change of a planet in a particular sign, or a change in the planet, as what I mean in regards to like going retrograde and all of that, you should see like how it affects your particular chart and how it affects the other planets and the other situations that are going on around us, okay? I'm not going to take too much time to try to break down every single thing, because if you love astrology, you'll go into that. But check this out. Know that Aquarius energy and Leo energy. It's about to get loud, y'all, because these two guys been drinking beer and they're coming down the steps. So forgive me, okay? But it's about to be on now. For those that are Leos or have a lot of Leo energy or Aquarius energy, with this Mercury being in Scorpio and going retrograde, you'll probably feel that thing just a little bit more, just a tin bit more, teeny tidge bit. Why? It's because Aquarius and Leo squares Scorpio energy. It squares it. So it throws it off just a little bit. But everybody is going to feel it. Okay, they quiet it down and they walk behind it. Cool. Everybody is going to feel it on some level or another. Okay, but here is the overall feeling of that Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. As we alluded to before, when Mercury, a couple of weeks ago, when Mercury is in Scorpio, period, and it has been, it's really about having these deep-seated communicative moments in our lives. It's about going deep down into the gut of how we feel, of how what we've been holding back and have not been saying to people in situations that are around us. It's also about extremes. Scorpio deals with, thank you, I appreciate that, Yaya. Scorpio deals with extremes. So when it's Mercury, when it's in Mercury, it's about extreme communication. But then when it goes out of whack too, and it's not necessarily following its own order, when Mercury is in retrograde, it says, yo, okay, we're gonna go deep down into who we are and what it is that we're doing and pull out the residue. Pull out the residue of emotional talk that we've been holding on to for forever. What are the things that you haven't said that you said to yourself, I'm going to wreck a relationship. I'm going to wreck a situation or a connection. I'm going to wreck what it is that I've been building up because I've been holding on to these feelings in the way that I've been trying to process. See, this information is not coming out clear enough, not only for myself, but for other people. As y'all already know, I don't like when people come around me. You know why? It's not that I'm shy, squirrel. It's not that I'm shy. It's that sometimes I get this connection with spirit, as a lot of y'all know about me. And when people come around, I can feel their energy trying to like, hey, what you doing? Like coming on in my my energetic connection, my energetic bubble right here. You see me in my brain right now? Huh, Tinja? Wait, what? So anyway, oh, you're talking about for what I said? These things are like not on time. The comments are coming up that are not on time. Anyway, going back, scrolling back. Yeah, so it's about, I get you. It's about Mercury being in retro and going to those deep-seated places and those conversations that we wish that we could have. And honestly, again, dealing with the extremes and what I was about to say, that's why I entitled this, what did I entitle this? The Midnight Janitor, because it is like having those conversations in the middle of the night, having those conversations when you least expect it, that literally are aiming to clean out everything that's going on around you. Hey, squirrel, like really, but not really. Listen, don't y'all recognize with all of these configurations and all of these changes that are happening, we are literally being cleaned out. We are literally being like forced to say, yo, hold on for a quick second. All right, I gotta empty out. I have to unpack. I have to get rid of. I can't hold on to any of this from a brain perspective, from a spiritual perspective, from an emotional perspective, from any perspective available. Like all things are cleaning out. That's the janitor. When you're thinking about it, honestly, we talked about 3 the hard way. They are doing their cleansing and they're like breaking down and demolishing in their own way. We talked about that. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about, 3 the hard way. Please go back to 1, 2, 3, 4 broadcasts that precede this one. Trust me, we go in on it. But the bottom line is that 3 the hard way, Pluto and Jupiter and Saturn is doing its thing to clean out. Mercury is going retro, doing its thing to clean out. Mars is going retro, doing its thing to clean out. Those people that are not ready to really move forward and ascend and evolve past this level are the ones that are having the hardest time. Again, going back to Mercury being in retrograde, the only thing that's really helping it, to be truthful with you, this is as an astrologer, I say, well, what are the other water signs, or I should say, what are the other planets that are in water signs that in the universe right now that can help and urge that Mercury and Scorpio along? Neptune. Neptune has been urging. Neptune has been our ally because it's been in Pisces. True and true. It has been in Pisces for a while now, for some years now, right? Like literally putting this proverbial coating of protection, spiritual and energetic, intuitive, psychic. I really don't like that word, but y'all know what I mean. Energetic and angelic protections from our ancestors and all those in the other realm, right? So when Mercury goes retro in Scorpio, it's saying from the corner, yo, Neptune, I know that you've been protecting us, and I know that there's some things that you see that I don't see. Hey, angels, hey, guides, I know that there's some things that you see that I don't see. And since Mercury is going in retrograde, and you're really trying to process it, you're trying to get it in your head. What do I need to think about? What do I need to plan on? What do I need to do next? We are all in that space. We may not be able to move, but we want to be able to have a particular plan. Well, look to Neptune, look to spirit, look to meditation. So when you are going deep into your retro feeling in Scorpio and things are coming out, this is me reiterating in case I lost a few of you. And Mercury in Scorpio says, dig all of that shit up and put it to the thing, put it to the surface, put it to the light. The Neptune says, yes, that too must go. Neptune goes, oh, let me survey that. Okay, bring that up again. Midnight Janitor. Okay, yeah. That too must go. Do y'all hear where I'm coming from? Yes, y'all. To the beat. I want you to do your best in this moment in time. Although Mercury in retrograde may be like getting on your last nerves, trust and believe because it will. Remember, Mars is in retro, Mercury will be in retrograde tomorrow, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for those that came on here a little bit late. So, if we in these two moments, shit's slowing down. There's nothing being done. Absolutely nothing. And I always say this, please be easy on yourself when energy changes in our environment, in our universe. You can't, sometimes push the river. When the universe says and when the energy around you says to stop, to slow down, to reconfigure, to reassess, to go deep in your feelings, Mercury in Scorpio, retrograde, to pull it back up so Neptune in Pisces, the ally, can say, yes, this is what needs to go. Keep God on your tongue. Neptune is really available for that. Keeping God on your tongue to be able to assess what needs to go so you can plan when it's time to move forward. Or I should say, so you can plan now and then you can move when it's time to move forward. Do y'all get that? Yes, y'all? Like, it's not just as simple as, oh my God, I'm a little aggravated because people keep cutting me off in traffic, or oh my God, my boss didn't hear me when I said this and that. Hey, I say this often. Don't let anybody push you off your square, okay? Anger can come out of nowhere because of Mars being retrograde. Anger can come out of nowhere because Scorpio is retrograde. Mars has to deal with confrontation and fighting and aggression, if y'all didn't know, just for one or two people who may be new to this. So when Mars is in retrograde, it's exciting riots anyway. Mercury is in retrograde. I can't hear you. I don't know what you said, so let's incite a riot just because. And because it's in Scorpio, it will cut you off. Like, it will cut your head off. Like, truthfully, y'all already know that. Mars in retro in Aries, Scorpio in retro, Mercury is in retro in Scorpio. That's a death-defying duo right there. That's a death-defying duo looking for a fight. So, I'm saying to you, there's a reason why it's going backwards in a sense, out of formation, wobbling, drunk like. It's a reason why that's happening. And it's doing it in such a passionate, aggressive way. So we get what it is that we need to get. So we clean out and use that midnight janitor to go deep, deep, deep in the throes of the changes that we need to make in regards to how we think, and in regards to even our own anger and how we process information, how we process anger, how we process our passion, how we process our extremes, how we process the things that we need to clean out, how we process how we can get a little bit more, how we can utilize Scorpio energy, our sensitivities to go past the obvious. I should expound on that. I should expound on that, and I will. Here's the deal. Sometimes when we are sensitive beings, Scorpio energy promotes sensitivity. And if it's in Mercury, regardless of what sign you are, I'm not just talking to Scorpios, y'all. I'm not just talking to Scorpios, I'm talking to everybody. Regardless of what sign you are, it doesn't make sense. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? When Scorpio is going retro, Scorpio itself is extremely hyper sensitive. So if it's in Mercury and it's going backwards, that hypersensitivity is even greater in a sense, right? So what you could potentially do is become more sensitive about what's being said around you, as opposed to looking through the sensitivity of the thing and getting the lesson quicker than quick than why it's so heightened for you. Example, if somebody comes up to you and is like, yo, I said such and such and such and such to such and such and such and such because he did such and such and such. I know that means nothing to all of y'all, but just follow me. I'm doing this. Instead of you reacting and becoming hypersensitive about what it is that they said that they was going to do and how they were going to do it, look past that thing. Why did that happen? Shit, that happened because actually whatever it is that they needed to say and do needed to come up to the surface so everybody can be found out. This is just a notion. Understand this, not everything is personal and not everything deserves a reaction. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to get at in the 16 minutes I've been on here. Not everything deserves a reaction from you. And like I was telling my girlfriend earlier, you're not a punk. You're not a punk if you don't respond to it. You're not a punk if you don't respond to it. Don't let them take you off your square. Please, because there's a bigger reason why they need to empty out some shit and why you need to be a witness to them emptying it. Understand, maybe it's a reflection to what it is that you do to them or to other people that you want to see about yourself. That's that shit. I see that shit on me all day and night. I should probably readdress that thing in me. Yeah, because this is the opportunity to do it. When Mercury goes retro, especially in Scorpio and its deep assness, it's an opportunity for you to see all sides of it all. Not be so hypersensitive where you want to react to it all and bust some shit up. That will do nothing, in my opinion, but keep you further back from evolving. Why? Because all the things are being found out right now. It's not personal. It's necessary so we can go into 2021 with a whole new vibration, y'all. I've been preaching this shit, and it don't sound new to all of y'all beautiful, beautiful, devoted folks and family members that listen to my broadcast. This is all a little bit of the same, but it's getting closer, much closer. And here's the details of it. So with that happening, after spending a little time expressing that, on Thursday, how about this? The sun will square Pluto. Now, this is a little trick. Because as I noticed when I was talking to y'all a couple of weeks ago, Mars is going to square 3 the hard way. Mars is squaring Pluto and Jupiter and Saturn throughout this, well, mainly, definitely Pluto and Saturn. And then the sun, because it's in Libra right now, is this week is about to square Pluto and Saturn as well. That's not easy. So if you have Mars in retrograde squaring off all month long, then you have the sun this week squaring off with Pluto and with Saturn. That's hardcore in a sense that now your ego is being tested. Again, don't let them knock you off your square. If Mars in retro is being tested, you might want to fight. If your sun is being tested or the sun in regards to Pluto and Saturn, not only do you want to fight, now they're trying to get to the core. Now you feel like they're coming in your home. Now you feel like they're not minding their business. The things or the entities, the energy that's trying to show you where you need to improve on, because that's really all that is. Challenges come up to teach you how to grow. So when these squares happening, they're only exposing things about yourself or about the people or the situations around you so you can be more aware of it, so you can have the opportunity to grow and evolve and to become more mature. It ain't personal in that sense in which people are trying to hurt you. They're not trying to hurt you energetically, your ancestors and guides are trying to expose you. Exposure is necessary in order for you to change out of the things and the habits that you've been doing. That's what's happening now. So that sun is going to get that this week. It's hitting Pluto hard. That's not easy. Because again, remember, Pluto is about power. Pluto is about intimidation. Pluto is about transformation. So if the core, the sun, is squaring Pluto in its transformative energy, there's something about you that ain't ready to let go of some shit. Y'all hearing me? Breaking the patterns for real. I wrote that down here as a matter of fact. And let me express to you what that is, Yaya. Because it is about the power patterns that we've been holding on to. It's hot in LA today, y'all. It's about the power patterns that we've been holding on to, where we feel funky, where we feel fancy, where we feel like we got our strength from, that we're trying to hold on to because everything else is falling. Can I have a little bit of fancy? Can I have a, well, no, not really. Because we are actually being asked to redefine what that fancy is. Maybe you have to acquire a new kind of fancy, a new kind of swag. You're not holding on to that old swag because that shit is dead, it's gone. So yeah, that's what happens when the sun goes up against Pluto. But as Yaya was just alluding to on Friday, I put that note down, deflecting the old habits and patterns, but more specifically for your partnerships and for your connections. Why? Because Friday, there's a new moon. I wrote it down, so I have to put this up. There's a new moon in Libra at 3:31 p.m. 3:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the new moon in Libra. However, some never. That moon, that new moon energy squares Saturn. Yeah. So the new moon in Libra says, yo, let's take it bit by bit. The new moon in Libra says, here's new energy. Here's new energy in regards to your relationships. Business or personal relationships, connections. There's new moon energy when it comes to business. I didn't mean to say that. New moon energy when it comes to justice and being fair and trying to be the mediator of sorts. Like coming in and really like trying to smooth things over. You want to be able to do that in a whole new way. You want to be able to be the one, we do. We want to find ways in which we can skate this information, meaning your emotions. When the new moon in Libra happens, it's about how can I emotionally grab people, partners, and situations with me to ride this newness without feeling like I'm being taken off my square. Well, the new moon in Libra is actually going to go up against Saturn. So, again, alluding to what Yaya said, it's about you going up against these old patterns, these traditions that you've had for so long, that we've all had for so incredibly long. Saturn is in Capricorn. Again, we all know this. It's almost out, but it's in Capricorn, and it tests those traditions, those rituals. How do we traditionally get into relationships? How do we traditionally hold on to our relationships? How do we traditionally try to break up from our relationships? Squirrel, I say this, and this may not be to everybody, but I think sometimes, and I might relate this to my own life, but I really see the thread here and the common denominator. Sometimes we block ourselves from love, from partnerships, from connections with people. When we hold on to the emotional, the moon, when we hold on to the emotional old habits and patterns in which we think that they are going to do. Does that make sense? Almost like your mother or your father taught you, don't be with them because this is how they show up like this and this is how they're going to look. If they have a lot of money, then they're going to be materialistic. If they're big and I mean, these are some stupid ass like little assumptions, but I'm just going to throw them out there. If they're over 300 pounds, they're not going to be a good lover. Hear what I'm saying. What I'm really, really saying is that these patterns are being broken. These patterns are just being shut the frick down. Why? Because you might have a nice little studly motherfucker that's about 300 pounds walk into your life and rock your world. Why? Because that new moon in Libra says, yo, It's time for us to look at our connections a lot differently. And we might be a little challenged with that Saturn situation, and it may be a little difficult, and we may have to apply some discipline on it, and we may have to really, really work at it. But hey, it's worth it if you want to change. It's worth it if you want a different partner and a different connection. Does that make sense? I mean, listen, I think it's beautiful for everybody. Let's just stick with one concept. I think it's beautiful for people to have a list of the partners that they want to attract if you're single. Or even if you're with somebody, like you want your partner to be able to say, to be X, Y, and Z. It's an awesome projection. However, if that motherfucker doesn't turn out to be that way, I'm just thinking, new moon in Libra says, challenge what you think that you're supposed to have, Saturn. Challenge what you think you were supposed to have, and again, adjust to what it is that they can bring you. Honestly, truthfully, traditions are changing. What does love and partnership really look like to you, y'all? What does it really look like to you? Maybe if you were shy at some level, you shouldn't be shy anymore. Go for it. Slip into somebody's DM. And I'm not saying, and yeah, Mercury is retro and people will try to do that. But at the same time, maybe it's a newfound courage that these people are trying to slip into or present to you. And they're easing up their courage, not only for you, but maybe for their whole lives. You understand what I'm saying? Habits changing. I feel like I'm rambling today. I didn't eat all day long, and I need to go eat. I just realized that. I did 40 laps in the pool, and I didn't eat a goddamn thing but sitting here drinking water and some tea. And I think I'm losing my mind. I just got hungry. It was like, wait a minute, I'm losing some energy. But I hope this makes sense, because I said that to say that I felt like I was kind of rambling and going out of sorts. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes spirit does take over through the hunger pains. In any case, I wanted to make sure that I said that to y'all, because that partnership thing is necessary for us to look at. We can't do this thing by ourselves. So whether it is a personal relationship, a romantic relationship, thank you, Yaya. I appreciate you, honey bun. I miss you. Whether it's a personal relationship or a business relationship, like how you gonna get that money? How you gonna come together and be with the community if you still thinking that communities are gonna stab you in the back? Black people don't deal with business too much or correctly in the way that white businesses do. You understand all of these stereotypes and shit like that? These patterns need to break. And even if you are that black business that didn't show up and handle your business correctly, in a sense, maybe you need to change those habits and patterns about you so people can come to your business. You dig what I'm saying? Reevaluate what it is you're doing in your business, in your relationships, in your connections, and it may be a little hard. That can bring you newfound well-deserved relationships. I don't want to beat that over the head because I think that I have already. And I'm about to get off this thing. And remember, on Saturday and Sunday, and this is very appropriate, the moon goes into Scorpio. So if this week is about rehashing communicatively, Mercury going into Scorpio, going deep, pulling the things up, right? I'm just reiterating, right? And then we have Pluto come in there and making a power play to our heart and to our soul, to our ego, right? We have Mars still going out of whack, wanting us to get angry. At least during the weekend, if we can kind of move through all of this week, if we can think of the things that we need to change and be honest with ourselves instead of reacting to people and allowing them to push us off of our square and become aggressive towards them for what? For shit that they do? For habits that they having a hard time breaking? To respond to their blame game? Because that's what people do in these times. They do not want to see their shit, so they point fingers and they blame. Or are you that person? After we go through all of this stuff, y'all, on the weekend when the moon finally goes into Scorpio, it could be a moment of kissing and making up. It can be a moment of allowing your emotions to get down into what it is that you've been thinking about, what it is that you've been rehashing and see, like, goddamn, that really works. That does fit for me. I should actually go deep down into that thing, clear it out, and not only talk about it, but really feel the changes and the necessity in it. The moon in Scorpio this weekend. like for real. And if it was with someone else, if it's with a partner, business, well, relationships, personal relationships, if it is with a partner or whatever, because that new moon is gonna hit that Saturn situation, kiss and make up, express to them that it's all right. Arguments and confrontations don't always have to lead to a major breakup. Arguments and confrontation don't always have to lead to somebody being canceling them and I don't want to be bothered. We should be able to step to the table and say, well, I don't like it like this. And the other person will say, well, I don't like it like this. Well, how do we come together on that? New moon in Libra with all of the Scorpio energy going deep to see what are the things that you don't like that you need to change in yourself so it can reflect the partnerships that you have. New moon energy. All right, y'all. I hope this makes sense. I really, 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 really do. And I will be on here sometime this week, so be in tune, please. And for all those people that are in the village and have gone on retreats with us to Sedona, I encourage you to go to the private pages because there's a surprise waiting for you. It'll be there in a couple of minutes, but there's a surprise waiting for you. All village people and all the retreat goers, I love you so much. Even if you haven't been, I still appreciate you and I love you for tuning in and supporting the sister. Share and like and comment and do all the things that we do here, all right? Again, I hope this helped you in some kind of small way. That's all we need sometimes, just a little push, just a little nudge. You're welcome, everybody. Take care of yourself, all right? All right, bye.